Let's get into some things of the things, child. We got some stuff to talk about today, honey. We got some stuff to talk about. Hit that like button if you are new here. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. We have a great time over here. You meant what you said when you said it. Really be as bad, because I'll be understanding y'all sometimes. And when y'all know when I say y'all, you know I ain't talking about y'all. This means that all these people that got something to say have been actively involved in the political process in their world. I don't believe it. You ain't gonna convince me. I know y'all love me. What's up, y'all? Sorry about that, baby. It's rough getting this thing together today. Hey, everybody! Happy Hump Day! Happy Hump Day! How I make you? Hold on. We are on the TikToc. Okay, I just made you a mod over there, watermelon sugar. Okay, Don. Thank you, Don. Y'all over here. Okay, come on in. We are on TikTok. We are on the tube of the U. Okay. So y'all come on in. Y'all know I got this new chair. I don't think my chair is sitting up high enough. I'm gonna have to get that adjusted. Okay, y'all come on in. It's been a few days since I've been on TikTok, because it's been a few days since I've been on the tube. But we are here to talk about this Brenay Akira, I hope I'm saying her name right, lawsuit. And it is the whole thing. I mean, baby, it is blowing up the TikTok because the trial has started. Now, we talked about this case a little bit when it first happened, because whenever we have these alienation of affection cases, it's always interesting because very few states have that law. And we saw Fantasia get caught up in this. We saw Nene get caught up in this. And so now we're seeing this case. Now, this case is sensational because these are influencers and the story is just so dirty. But it's actually just blowing up even more on TikTok now because the trial has started. So y'all know Tracy, child. Tracy went and pulled this lawsuit. For some of you guys who may have been following this case from the beginning, this might not be, like, some of this information might be redundant for you. But I think even if you are following the case, I think you want to hear this. Because a lot of people are going by what's being said online. And y'all know it's always something when you can hear the actual lawsuit and what's actually being said. So Tracy actually sent me, hold on, okay, wait a minute. This is the updated complaint. And then we're going to talk about what actually is going on in court right now. Then we're going to talk about what's going on in court right now. I think today was day 3. So let's get into it, you guys. Let's get into it. Thank you, Raven. Sorry. All right, so let's get into it. So listen. Akira Montague versus Brenay Kennard. Now, something that's not getting a lot of attention is that the husband is actually suing the other husband as well for the same thing. But I guess it's not getting as much attention because, for a variety of reasons, I'm sure. So let's read through this court case. Let me see how many pages it is. It's 17 pages, so it ain't going to take us long to get through it. And then we're going to talk about what's going on now. And there's been all kinds of stuff happening. Child, they didn't have restraining orders and all kinds of stuff has happened. But let's just get into the things of the things. Come on in. Thank you, guys. Y'all are tearing up this like button. Thank you. I hope y'all doing the same thing over on this place, over on the tube of the U. So let's read this. Okay, jurisdiction. Y'all know we don't care about jurisdiction, child. We care about. Hold on, let me start right here. Citizen. Okay. Upon information, we're just gonna start here. Upon it, oh, look at Ray V. Thank you, boo. Thank you, Miss Desiree. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Upon information and belief, defendant is employed as a social media influencer with multiple sources of income, including but not limited to endorsements and commissions. Defendant has over 2 million followers on TikTok and 300,000 followers on Instagram. Baby, can we get me to 2 million followers on TikTok? Baby, woo! To the marital union, plaintiff and plaintiff's husband were lawfully married on October the 20th of 2018 in Wake County, North Carolina, and at all relevant times referred to remain husband and wife. Excuse me. It bites. I don't know what she's saying about that, but okay. Okay. These were two children born of the marriage. Oh, excuse me. There were two children born of the marriage between plaintiff and plaintiff's husband. Jacoby Darnell Montague, born on June the 10th of 2019, and Bailey Vanetta Montague, born on July 2nd. She was born on my birthday? July 2nd. Ooh, when was I on my birthday in 2021? She was being born while I was doing whatever I was doing, celebrating my birthday. Okay. At all times since the date of the marriage until events set forth by the complainant, plaintiff and plaintiff's husband had a happy and loving marriage. Oh, the bots pay for them. Oh, got it. Well, I don't want the bots now. I don't want the bot. Prior to the deliberate interference of defendant, moreover, the marriage between plaintiff and plaintiff's husband was one in which genuine love and affection existed between them. Plaintiff and plaintiff's husband separated on March the 14th of 2024. The interference of defendant involved wrongful and malicious acts that caused the plaintiff and plaintiff's husband genuine love and affection to be destroyed. Whew. First cause of action, criminal conversation. Plaintiff repleads that it incorporates herein in reference to the jurisdictional allegations set out in paragraphs 1 through 11. At all times mentioned, okay, the defendant had actual knowledge of plaintiff's marriage to Tim. Okay, so in other words, the whole time this was going on, she knew this woman was married, okay? At all times mentioned herein, defendant knew, am I sharing my screen? Hold on. Y'all know I usually share the screen. Hold on. I'm not sharing my screen. Hold on. Because I usually share the screen when we read these documents so y'all can see what I'm doing. All right, let's see here. All right, let me make it a little bit bigger. Let me make me a little bit smaller. Okay, my bad, y'all. At all times mentioned, defendant knew the home shared between the plaintiff and plaintiff's husband and their children was the marital home. Plaintiff and defendant developed a close friendship due to the plaintiff's husband being close with the defendant's husband. The defendant, that's Brenay, was married to the first cousin of the plaintiff's husband. Now, I was looking online and they were saying they don't know if they really married, but if this was put in the court documents, I guess they really are. I mean, not married, but cousins. Plaintiff considered defendant as a friend, and they both confided in each other about the other's marriages. Well, that's where you made your first mistake. But okay. Defendant utilized the personal information gained from the friendship to seduce the plaintiff's husband. Hey, Abby, what's up, boo? Thank you for the gifts. Plaintiff confided in defendant about personal matters concerning her marriage, including her pregnancy with her second child, during which the plaintiff husband cheated on her. Now, you said that the whole time y'all was happily married. How you going to be happily married if your husband cheated on you now? Come on down. Now. But okay. Defendant was aware that after plaintiff's husband cheated during the plaintiff's second pregnancy, they reconciled and had a loving and affectionate and happy marriage. Okay, so after he cheated, y'all made up. Okay, all right. Mm-hmm. Defendant is a social media influencer, and the plaintiff's husband was a sales manager who managed the defendant. Okay, hold on. I'm going to start having to using these names. Okay. Brenay is a social media influencer, and Akira's husband was a sales manager who managed Brenay. So he was your manager, your social media, like he managed your career as a social media influencer? Okay. All right then. Shortly after the defendant met plaintiff's husband, she engaged in behavior designed to seduce him and interfere with the couple's marriage, including but not limited to wearing very short skirts, bending over in front of the plaintiff's husband while wearing short skirts, twirling her hair in a flirtatious manner, flicking her tongue to expose her tongue rings in a flirtatious manner, and verbally flirting with the plaintiff's husband. Okay, girl. Defendant continued, Brenay, I'm going to just start using their name, y'all. Brenay continued to pursue a friendship with the plaintiff while seducing Akira's husband. Brenay would do cooking videos in the marital home involving Akira's husband and Akira's, what? Involving defendant's husband and involving all the people, child. Brenay started to make social media posts with just Akira's husband involved, many of which were without Akira's knowledge or consent. Akira was under the belief and had physical evidence that Brenay engaged in acts of sexual intercourse with Akira's husband during their marriage, including in the marital home. Ooh. Girl, you were sleeping with that woman's husband in her house. This would have never made it to trial. Okay. Brenay would insist that Akira's husband go with her on sales calls by telling him that she needed her sales manager to play with her. That's in a quote. Brenay first had sex with Akira's husband in December of 2023 in the marital home. Akira became aware of Brenay's sexual affair with her husband in January of 2024 from a video of Brenay and Akira's husband in the marital home. Brenay was seen twerking and shaking her ass. It don't say ass, I'm saying ass. On plaintiff's husband in a bathroom located in the marital home. Brenay and Akira's husband constantly flaunt their relationship to the public on social media. Brenay constantly posts on social media showing flirtatious interactions between her and Akira's husband in the comments by leaving hearts emoji with her eyes, etc. Brenay's public posts have reached over 2.5 million people all over the World Wide Web and social media. Akira's husband and Brenay exchanged numerous sexual videos and text messages. During a time Brenay's husband experienced a death in the family and stayed home from work, Brenay, without consent from Akira, stayed in the marital home while Akira was at work. Y'all, this case wouldn't have made it to trial. It wouldn't have. Okay. Brenay also made videos about how she couldn't wait to have Akira's husband's last name. Brenay also talked about how good and sexy Akira's husband made her feel. Brenay can be seen in a video recorded by the plaintiff's husband, Akira's husband, laying on him in bed in a cuddle position in the marital home. Baby. Brenay can be found in self-recorded videos expressing her inappropriate feelings and interactions with plaintiff's husbands, including, but not limited to, expressing her overwhelming desire to have 4 or 5 kids with the husband, alluding to how she cannot wait to become Miss Montague, expressing how much she loves and yearns for her husband, for the plaintiff's husband to be together, expressing how she would do anything for the plaintiff's husband and would give him the world, expressing how the plaintiff's husband makes her feminine genitalia thrive. Expressing how she feels when the plaintiff's husband touches her, especially when his hand is on her thigh while driving. Expressing how their sexual interactions make her feel while detailing the size of her husband's genitalia. Defendant can be seen, Brenay, can be seen in videos reminiscing and bragging about just having had sex with the plaintiff's husband and wanting more of it. Brenay can be seen in the video laughing and showing no remorse for her actions, making a mockery of Akira and her husband's marriage. The acts of sexual intercourse between Brenay and Akira's husband were without consent of the plaintiff. I ain't gonna try to say that word, child. Plaintiff Akira tried to reconcile the marriage by suggesting counseling, but her husband refused and took off his ring and pushed it into her chest. Brenay's acts of sexual intercourse with the plaintiff's husband during the marriage resulted in the separation. Akira recalls a moment in February of 2024 where she walked into the marital home and the plaintiff's husband did not acknowledge her. Moreover, when Brenay walked into the marital home seconds later, the plaintiff's husband acknowledged Brenay. Brenay had engaged in an emotional and sexual affair with the plaintiff's husband since at least December of 2023, all while having knowledge of Akira and her husband's union, knowing that they was married. Brenay told at least one of Akira's friends that her husband would cheat on her. Since December 2023, defendant had sex on multiple occasions with Akira's husband in the marital home and in Brenay's home. Between December 2023 until present day, Brenay had sex on other numerous occasions with the husband, which included sex in the marital home while Akira was there but sleep. This case wouldn't have made it to court. Let me see what y'all saying on TikTok. Let me see what y'all saying on YouTube. Because this case wouldn't have made it to court. Do you understand what I'm telling you? This whole thing sounds like a novel. It does sound fake, but it's so real. It's so real. Oh my gosh, this sounds like a Tyler Perry movie. Let me see what y'all saying over here. I just got here. What did I walk in on? We reading this lawsuit about this alienation of affection case down in North Carolina, honey. This is her man's cousin. Yes, honey, they cousins. They are cousins. So I'm gonna read the lawsuit and then I'm gonna get into what is two friends. We're gonna get into it. Because I gotta tell y'all what's going on now, because the case has gone to trial. And it's a whole mess going on down there in North Carolina with this case done gone to trial now. But let me finish because the lawsuit not that long. So let me finish reading through this, honey. Listen, wild card, that's what I said. This case would have never made it to trial. It would have been child, it'd have been a Lifetime movie. It'd have been a Lifetime movie. When Akira found those videos, that'd have been the end of that right there. She a better one than me. She a better one than me. That's all I got to say. During the time period of the affair, as alleged above, Brenay and Brenay's husband had double dates with Akira and her husband, attended family gatherings, group dinners, holiday parties, birthday parties, basketball and baseball games with Akira and her husband. Brenay attended a Christmas celebration with Akira and her husband at Akira's mother's house. Wow. Brenay's social media pages are known for involving death threats toward Akira. Wait a minute. Death threats towards defendant. That don't make sense. Brenay has posted Akira's minor children without her consent all over social media to her 2 million followers. I know they went to court about that. That was one of the things they went to court about. Brenay's actions were so severe that the plaintiff had to send a cease and desist letter to stop her children from receiving death threats. Wow. Akira's husband abandoned her and their children and left the marital home and moved into the defendant's townhouse in Greenville, North Carolina. At this present time, Brenay continues a public relationship with the plaintiff. Well, they married now, honey. They done got married now. They married. The defendant has flaunted her affair and romantic relationship with the plaintiff's husband on public and private places in and around friends and acquaintances, and with intent to humiliate Akira. As a direct result of Brenay's actions, including sexual intercourse with her husband, excessive posting on social media, the plaintiff has been deprived of the right to consortium, society, companionship, friendship, sexual relations, aid and assistance, and economic and financial support from her husband. As a direct result of Brenay's actions, including sexual intercourse with her husband, the plaintiff has suffered humiliation, mental and emotional anguish, and injury to her health. As a direct result of Brenay's malicious and unlawful conduct with the plaintiff's husband, the children born to the marriage have been deprived of a two-parent household with the love and affection from their mother and father and financial stability. As a direct result of Brenay's malicious and unlawful conduct with the plaintiff's husband and unauthorized exposure of the children born into the marriage, the children have been deprived of their privacy and subjected to safety concerns and will likely suffer future humiliation due to Brenay's social media content that exposed them. As a result of Brenay's action, the plaintiff is in counseling with a licensed therapist. She need to be. As the kids too. As a result of Brenay's action, Akira's family members are being harassed by Brenay's supporters and causing her further humiliation and distress. Akira has experienced extreme emotional distress since the malicious and intentional actions of the defendant and finding out about the sexual interaction between the defendant and her husband in the marital home. The entirety of the conduct and the injuries complained in this complaint for which relief is sought occurred in the state of North Carolina. See, that's important because that's where the law is in North Carolina. So it's important that they're saying this all happened in the state of North Carolina. Okay. Due to the above mentioned conduct, Akira Brenay, Akira has been damaged in an amount of excess of $150,000. Okay. Oh yeah, they was in court. We're gonna get to that, Don. We are gonna get to that, baby. They was in court tussling yesterday, and somebody got detained today. We're going to get to it, but somebody got detained at the court today because they tried to bring a weapon into the courthouse. Dummy. All right. Second cause of action, alienation of affection. The plaintiff realleges in court. Okay. Yeah. Plaintiff and plaintiff's husband had a supportive and loving. Okay, we read that. Upon information and belief, the became friends when the defendant married the plaintiff's husband's first cousin. Now, I saw, and y'all can correct me because, I'm new to this. So y'all that's been following this case. They said that Brenay and Tim, that's the guy's name, they dated in high school and then they broke up and then they all became friends. And then, okay, so is that true that Brenay actually dated this young man in high school? So I guess she felt like she had him first. I don't know. The plaintiff's husband and defendant became friends when the defendant married the plaintiff's husband. I'm gonna have to use names because all this defendant plaintiff stuff. Brenay continuously used the information gained from the friendship. We talked about that already. Some of this stuff, y'all know if it's repetitious, I'm just gonna keep going. Okay, defendant had knowledge that the husband previously cheated. Defendant then proceeded to seduce and have sexual intercourse. All right, defendant never disclosed an inappropriate relationship. Well, why would she do that? Defendant made several social media posts with all four parties throughout the year 2023. Defendant showcased the life of the two couples on social media without showing plaintiff's preference for privacy and then proceeded to seduce. Okay. Plaintiff was not in all of the content because she preferred to remain private. Defendant started to make social media posts with just the plaintiff's husband. Okay. Defendant presented Akira's husband to the world as if he was the husband or her boyfriend. Brenay would also spend time with Akira and her and her husband's biological children. Brenay would constantly call Akira's children her godchildren and proceeded to seduce and have intercourse with her husband. Brenay, while knowing that Tim Montague was supposed to be the plaintiff's best friend, but willingly engaged in inappropriate behavior that included sexual intercourse with the plaintiff's husband without the consent. All right, sexual intercourse, romantic relationship, numerous videos. Plaintiff's husband had a garage door opener to the defendant's garage. Oh. Plaintiff's husband, Tim, moved his drum set that he plays multiple times a day into the defendant's home. Husband is now well, they're married now, so this is when when this was filed. Maliciously deprived the plaintiff. Excuse me, y'all. Maliciously deprived the plaintiff of the companionship, society contribution, and services of plaintiff's husband without regard to the well-being of the marriage and family. Akira says she was a supportive, dutiful, and faithful wife and maintained a loving and healthy home environment for her husband and their two minor children. Defendant's torturous actions include, but are not limited to, engaging in a sexual personal relationship, using confidential information, having sexual intercourse in the marital home, having sexual intercourse in the marital bed. Y'all, this case would have never made it. Baby, we would have never been in court. We would have never been in court. We'd have never been in court. Let me see what y'all saying over here on YouTube, because baby, we would have never. As a matter of fact, she might have had charges against me by now. I'm gonna just tell you the truth. Chuck say I'm confusion. Baby, there's been a lot of slow singing and flower bringing. Baby, the marital bed. I mean, it's bad enough that you was in my house. You was in my bed. Somebody sleeping in my bed. Baby. Woo! Mm-mm. 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 Baby. Whoo. Okay, let's finish this thing up. Because, baby. Oh, child. Making social media posts to defendants' millions of followers with the plaintiff's husband and showing the entire World Wide Web that they are, in fact, a couple. Making social media posts to humiliate the plaintiff and make disparaging comments about her and negatively referring to the plaintiff as that girl. Planning and taking trips with the plaintiff's husband. Making several videos expressing her love for the husband. Making several videos expressing her future with the husband, including having kids and getting married. Well, they married, like I said, they married now, child. Making several videos with the plaintiff's husband, stating that she cannot wait to be Miss Montague. Allowing plaintiff's husband to move in with her. Assisting the plaintiff's husband in securing housing and helping him leave the marital home, including co-signing a lease to an apartment. During the time described as a direct result of the defendant's seduction of the plaintiff's husband began to withdraw emotionally from the plaintiff. Plaintiff's husband hid phone and email communications with the defendant from the plaintiff. Additionally, plaintiff's husband began concealing his financial matters and expenses, including hiding the many outings, dates, transactions, and payments with the defendant from the plaintiff. Akira's husband was taking Brenay out on outings and dates. Akira recalls a moment in February 2024 when she walked into the marital home. I think we already said that. Okay, you just repeating stuff now, chat. I know it's a different charge, but all right. She suggested marriage counseling. Plaintiff is in therapy. Plaintiff is expressing extreme emotional distress. The defendant pursued a romantic and inappropriate relationship with the plaintiff's husband and engaged in such relationship knowingly and aware of the existence. Okay. Did not show any remorse. Tried to justify her actions of sleeping with the husband by stating that the plaintiff had gone through her husband cheating on her before with another woman and did not bring charges against her. Oh. So because it happened before. Oh, okay. Expressed the plaintiff has been through the same situation previously with another woman, while the husband was in the background agreeing. Nope. So he's just in the background going, yep, I cheated. Yep, I cheated. Brenay expressed that she was living her best life and everybody can just stay bad. Brenay did not deny any of the allegations against her. Instead said influencers do things for views sometimes. Okay. Brenay constantly antagonized the plaintiff during her lives, who was her friend prior to finding out about the affair. Brenay expressed that the plaintiff is just jealous of her, and if she wanted her husband, she could go have him. So you just giving your husband to Akira because you done took Akira's husband? That's what we doing now? Okay. During the time that Brenay was on TikTok Live, the plaintiff's husband was seen in the background making derogatory comments about his wife. Defendant continuously stated that she does not care. And so what? As a direct and proximate result of the wrongful, wanton, aggravating, and malicious conduct of defendant, the marital relationship between the plaintiff and the plaintiff's husband is irretrievably damaged and destroyed. As a direct and proximate result of the wrongful, willful, wanton, aggravating, and malicious conduct of Brenay, Akira has been deprived of the love, affection, companionship, society, consortium, sexual relations, and economic support of the plaintiff's husband, and she has suffered injury to her physical and mental health and reputation. As a result of the malicious conduct and humiliation, the plaintiff is currently seeking counseling from a licensed therapist. Brenay's repeated actions and behavior in pursuing and engaging in an inappropriate romantic relationship, including public displays of the relationship, knowing that the plaintiff was maintaining and continuing a marital relationship with her husband. They were raising their biological children together in their marital home, were reckless and willful and especially aggravating and wanton, for which defendant is liable for punitive damages. Due to the above-mentioned conduct of the defendant, plaintiff has been damaged in an amount in excess of $1 million. The acts of Brenay were malicious, unlawful, willful, and wanton. Evidence will display ill will, spite, rudeness, oppression against the plaintiff was done with careless, reckless, conscious, and intentional disregard of the indifference to the rights of the plaintiff. By reason thereof, plaintiff is entitled to recovery, punitive damages from the defendant. So basically, they asked for 150 actual and $1 million in punitive, and they also want attorney's fees. This last part is just attorney's fees. So that is the case, right? And that was filed June the 2nd. June the 2nd of 2024, okay? So a little over a year ago, about a year and a half ago, give or take a few months. Now, as a result, the case has actually started this week. Monday, they had jury selection. Tuesday, Akira actually testified. Now, let me go over a few things that I done picked up following this on the TikToc. So, like I said, first of all, according to what I saw, Brenay and Tim actually dated in high school. They broke up, married other people. Tim, who was Akira's husband, and I think his name is Devin, who was Brenay's husband, are cousins. So the four of them started hanging out together, right? The four of them started hanging out together. They started, and Akira and Brenay became best friends. At least that's what Akira thought. Now, well, the court paper said they cousins. Now, I can only go by the court documents. Now, I saw on the internet where it said they're not blood cousins, but the paperwork say they first cousins. So I can only go by what the paperwork say. But I know that that's what people are saying, that they're not really cousins in real life, but the paperwork say they first cousins. Now, this is what Brenay did, according to what I done picked up in the streets, right? Brenay went to Akira and Tim and said, Devin is beating me. He's beating my, you know what? I can't stay there anymore. So Akira, being the friend that she is, said, girl, you can come and stay with us. That man putting his hands on you? Absolutely not. You come and you stay with us. And Akira said, I started noticing some things wasn't feeling right. Some things was feeling a little off, okay? Some things was feeling a little off. Oh, by the way, she was lying. Her husband wasn't putting his hands on her. That was just her way of getting in the house, okay? Baby, Akira says she woke up one night, went downstairs, and I guess the way their house is, the living room has a door. I don't know. That's an interesting design. But the living room has a door that you can close and lock. And she said she woke up one night, went downstairs, and the two of them was in that living room with the door locked. Now, she said that all of her suspicions were confirmed when she went onto the computer that they shared and found all of these videos, a whole file. And that's where all of these videos that she's talking about, she saw the video of this and the video of that and the video of them laying cuddled up and stuff. Baby, it was on her computer. Now, they tried to get that computer thrown out, said it was his personal property and he had an expectation of privacy. But Akira said, absolutely not. She said, we shared that computer because I used that computer for school because I was in school, he was in school, and we shared that computer. So there was no expectation of privacy. Now, I don't know if he had the computer linked to his phone and y'all know how, if it, was all there or what. But baby, she saw it all. Now, Brenay took all of this as a joke, y'all. She been clowning online for the last year. She been acting like it's not a big deal to the point where she couldn't even keep an attorney, baby. Her attorney done fired her. She had an attorney. I want to say she had two, but I know for a fact she had one attorney. And baby, that attorney went to the judge and said, I'm asking to be released from this case. Yeah, it was probably in the cloud. I'm asking to be released from this case. So Brenay walked her happy ass up into that courthouse without an attorney. Baby, she gave her own opening statement. She cross-examined Akira herself today. Baby. Don said, she said just yesterday, I'm happy for me. I'm getting all this attention. She clearly, but I'm going to see how much she care about getting all this attention if and when this judgment come down on her. Now, listen. She said that she don't have no money. They tried to subpoena her court records and her court records, and they tried to subpoena her phone records, baby. She didn't want to turn them over to the court. When she did turn them over to the court, she was whiting out stuff. Ma'am, you cannot white out bank records that the court asked for. Ma'am, you cannot white out bank records. So Brenay family then showed up to the court on some old gangster stuff, trying to fight people. It's a bunch of TikTokers down there. They trying to fight the content creators. Okay, trying to fight the content creators. And allegedly there was some sort of altercation yesterday. I ain't been able to get all of the details, but there was some sort of altercation on yesterday. They done got to the point where the judge won't let them all leave the court at the same time. When he goes to recess or they go for lunch, they got to leave staggered so that they're not in the hallway together no more, because they done acted a fool down there to Durham so bad. Down to the Durham courthouse, they done acted a fool so bad down there. Now, let me tell you, this is the part when I said Absolutely not. And y'all know I'm not a violent person. I'm not a violent person. But this is the part where I said, yeah, this might have been the day. So, no, there's no video to my knowledge. So, Akira and Tim had financial issues. She said that was really the biggest issue in their marriage, was that they did have financial issues. And she said she felt like Brenay used her money to, seduce him. So at one point in time, they had gotten evicted from their apartment. And Akira said that her grandmother, I need y'all to hear me when I say this. Her grandmother signed a lease for them, co-signed a lease for them. So when they found out about what was going on between Brenay and Tim, they said the grandmama went down there and told Brenay she had to go. The grandmama went down to the house and told Brenay, you need to go. Brenay told the grandmama, I don't have to go nowhere. Tim wants me here. Baby, they say that there was some sort of altercation between the grandmama and Brenay. We on YouTube right now, boo. I'm on both. I'm on YouTube and TikTok right now. Sure am. Thank you so much. Come on over here to YouTube and join us. ReallyBTV. You can come on over here to YouTube. We over here. Thank you, boo. Baby. Akira's grandmother, C. Golden. They said that the rest of the family showed up and it was about to be a whole lot of problems, which I feel like it should have been. They said that the family showed up to whoop her. Yeah. Okay. So, yesterday in court, they started playing these videos, these videos of that Akira found where Brenay was saying some really, nasty stuff. Like one video, she said, "I love he makes my ussy, throb," or something along those lines. That's not a quote. Baby, they said them videos that they were showing to the jury that Akira found on her computer was so bad. Those videos were so bad that a juror got up and said, "Your Honor, I can't do this," and took her badge off and walked out. Baby, they said a juror done quit. Y'all got them white women down at Durham County clutching their pearls. They said that it was a white lady. They said that white lady said, "I can't do this. No, ma'am. Mm-mm." And she quit. I didn't even know you could quit like that. She was the alternate. Baby, I didn't even know you could quit like that. Child. Baby, they are cutting up down there in Durham. Y'all got to follow. It's a couple of them. I don't want to start calling names because then I'm going to miss some people. But if you put in Brenay, all of it will come up on TikTok. It's a few. It's probably about 4 or 5 of them that are down there covering this. And it's kind of like the Diddy thing. They're going live at every break and giving you an update. But they say that allegedly Tim, the husband, that Akira's ex-husband and Brenay's now new husband, They said allegedly he brought a whole weapon down to the courthouse today and had to be detained. Talking about something he didn't realize he had it with him. How you ain't know you had a whole weapon knowing you got to go through the metal detector to go into the courtroom? Baby, I'd be paying good money right now to see this girl trying to defend herself, to see her giving an opening statement and cross-examining these people. I mean, is she going to cross-examine herself? She tried to tell the court that she couldn't afford to pay a lawyer, but she just bought a brand new truck and a brand new house. Yeah, she's pro se. She's defending herself back because she said she couldn't afford an attorney. Now, that's what she said. She said she couldn't afford an attorney. Yeah, this case is a mess. And when I again, we had talked about this case when it first happened, but now fast forward to now it's actually in trial. This thing is a mess. This is a Tyler Perry movie waiting to happen. Oh, I don't feel bad for Brenay at all. Absolutely not. If y'all go look at her videos on TikTok, y'all won't feel bad for her either. Let me show y'all something. Now they said that they said that I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna tell y'all this, and then we're gonna get out of here, child. So this is the type of woman that Brenay is, y'all. They said that Brenay started a GoFundMe so she could get breast reduction surgery. Now that's Brenay and her original husband. That's Devin. That's Brenay. Y'all see that? Y'all know. Y'all see that? Hold on, let me make sure. See that? That's her, and that's her original husband. She started a GoFundMe to have breast reduction. They said that she met her goal. She raised the money. Yeah, Tim was the one that got locked up. Y'all want to see what Brenay looked like after the breast reduction surgery? Y'all want to see what she looked like after she raised the money and met her goal to have her breast reduction? Baby, she never went and had that surgery. She raised that money. Them people donated this money to her GoFundMe for this breast reduction surgery. And she never had the surgery. And she never gave nobody their money back. They say she got a size Z. Size Z, that's what they said. Size Z as a zebra. Let me see if I can find a picture of how she showed up down to the courthouse yesterday. Let me see if I can find a picture of how she showed up down to the courthouse yesterday. Hold on. Let me see if I can find a picture.
Everyone knows how much people love Wicked.
And everyone knows how much.
Let me see. Let me see. Baby, this is her. This is her at court yesterday. That's her. That's the man she stole. Hold on. Again, that's her holding hands with the man she stole. That's her, baby. That's how she showed up for court yesterday. Not IEPs and fake IDs. Now this how she showed up for court today, child. She changed wigs. She changed wigs, y'all. That's how she showed up today. She's her own attorney and she got on leggings down to the courthouse. Yeah, she said, I love this for me. Yeah, listen, it ain't gonna mean nothing until that judgment hit her. I mean, I don't know what the legality is. I don't know, I don't know about the legality of it. But baby, if she gets convicted and they hit her with that $1 million, they hit her with that $1 million, honey. Not leggings, Esquire. You remember seeing people asking for their money back? Yeah, because she never had the daggone surgery. Now, remember, Devin, Brenay's husband, is also suing Tim. So the husband, like I said, the husband is suing the other husband, and Akira is suing Brenay. So, baby, this is a whole situation. This is a whole mess. She had on a hoodie today. Anyway, y'all, so that's the update on that. I'm definitely gonna keep y'all updated because I think the judge thought this was only gonna be like a 2-day trial, but we're already in day 4. So hopefully they'll wrap it up by the end of the week. But I'll keep y'all posted. Okay. I will definitely keep y'all posted. And like I said, I don't want to start calling off TikTokers because I don't know enough of them and I don't know who's good, who's not, but I know a few of them that are actually there. I know one lady by the name of Black Goddess. She's there, and she's been coming out like at lunchtime and at breaks doing like little breakdowns, and then at night in her hotel, she's giving a whole live going through her notes. She seems to be pretty good, but it's a few other ones there. Like I said, if you just type in Brenay Kennard or Brenay lost, court case, y'all know how TikTok is. It'll all pop up. But I do like Black Goddess because she seems to just get to it. Some of the people, they do a whole lot of hemming and hawing. They trying to, y'all know what it is. She just seems to, get to it, But anyway, y'all, that's just what it is. I think I'm going to go ahead while I still have the momentum. I'm going to go ahead and record episode 7 of Reasonable Doubt and upload that so I can watch episode 8 tonight, honey, because I'm ready. All right, y'all. With that being said, I'm out. I will talk to y'all later. Bye on TikTok. Thank y'all over on TikTok. I ain't even press y'all out for likes and stuff because at first y'all was liking it. But we good. We did good over here. I haven't been on TikTok in a while, so we did good. And thank you guys over here. I ain't even pressing y'all out over here either. We just had a light day. A light day. I will see y'all later. Peace. Let me end it on over here.